Told y'all about these boys. I told y'all about these fake spiritualists. Keep trying to explain there's a difference between somebody that's really about this work, about transformation, and somebody that's faking it, cosplaying Yada Awakening. See, all that costume and makeup and African garb that these boys be wearing, it's a show. It's an illusion. It's fake. I got 2 wives. I'm health conscious. I'm this and that. We about to expose this nigga. Listen, I can't make it up. 824 Day was yesterday. Kobe Bryant Day was yesterday. Mamba Mentality Day was yesterday. And Kobe's energy had 2 different forces, a destructive force and a constructive force. In Kobe's destructive force energy, he was doing the infidelity thing, cheating, having sex with all these particular women. And I love Kobe, and that's not to just demean him, but we got to keep it real and we got to keep it funky. The other side of Kobe, the Mamba mentality, the rise Kobe, went through another level of genius, another level of determination, another level of true awakening, true enlightenment. And these fake hotep spiritualists be cosplaying for you to grift you and take your money. So I'm gonna play this video so y'all can understand what's happening with this particular idea or energy of this person called Yada. We got to come up with another name for him because I ain't even want to call him that. Goddamn. It says Aja Yada. This is his wife for 8 years, and there go that 8 again. There goes that 8 again. 8-year relationship ends. 8-year relationship ends. The 8-year relationship with Minister Yada Awakening alleges domestic violence, and she's 8 weeks postpartum. There goes that 8 again. So like I was explaining in yesterday's build, in the energy of the week build with 824, I was explaining that 8-8 Lionsgate was about sexual energy, Kundalini energy, and it could be destructive or constructive. So when you do the 8-8-8, right? 8 being the month, 8 being the day, and 8 being 8 plus 8 plus 2026 equals 8, the triple H, you get the 24. 2 plus 4 equals 6. 6 just means sex. Follow me now. Sex is the most potent, powerful energy you have in this existence. We came down here to become one in a union with another. In Atlantis and Lemuria, we are androgynous beings, etheric beings. No masculine, no feminine, just androgynous. In order to understand ourselves better, we split ourselves into 2, masculine and feminine. When we get back together, there's 2 aspects of it. There's a lust aspect, which is a still healthy part of this thing because you are having a human experience, an animal experience. But when we get to the spiritual side of it, there's a love aspect, which is Jesus pointing to his heart, pointing up. The love you have for yourself. See, when you permeate this love that you have for yourself, and when you raise that particular sexual energy, creative energy up, that Kundalini energy up, and it penetrates your heart chakra, now all of a sudden, you not only have more love for yourself, but then you show love to others in a particular way of demonstrating peace and love to the gods and goddesses, especially. So now with this dude doing the DV thing, we just got to keep it real, and we got to keep it real funky. These people be cosplaying the whole time, trying to grift you and sell you something because they're not really healed themselves. Message. They're really a sham, and they don't really have no spiritual worker energy. And I told you all about these niggas. These niggas will put on these garbs. They'll say they eat healthy. It's a whole Polite thing. The whole Rashad Jamal thing. We got to keep it real. Let's keep it real and let's keep it funky. I'm just telling you what it is. Like, how do you do? My wife is on here right now.
Peace, Graham.
How are you moving in such a destructive way and calling yourself spiritual? Let me let y'all hear the video I just made, and we'll go deeper into the fold. What's up, y'all? What's good, family? I see y'all in here. What's good? What's good? What's good? Check it out. Check this video out. Let's get deep into the fold. Aja Yada ends 8-year relationship. There go to 8 again. We got to stay with the 8. Let's stick with the 8. The infinite energy, right? We just did the 8-8 build, and we just did the 8-24 build yesterday. And I just explained how that Kobe energy can be destructive or constructive yesterday through the sexual energy. People tried to laugh at me when I'm saying, nah, that Kobe don't have nothing to do with sexual energy. You goddamn crazy if it don't, goddamn. Dudes on my comments talking about, this dude don't know what he's talking about. How is Kobe doing with it? I'm explaining straight up to you what it is.
Sorry, bye.
Sorry that you can't see it. Sorry you don't have the mind to understand that these people are just symbols. Kobe is a symbol. Y'all trying to make this personal. I'm trying to tell you the metaphysical understanding of the energy of what spirit, your higher self, is communicating to you energetically. Aja Yada is opening up about the end of her 8-year relationship with Minister Yadan, whatever. And she says the decision came after years of trying to hold their family together, after years of trying to hold it all together. In a lengthy statement, Aja alleged that she experienced domestic violence during the relationship, saying that at just 8 weeks postpartum, she looked at a bruise on her face and realized she could no longer describe what she was going through as simply a difficult season. She said, see, this is sad. And shout out to the goddess, man, for standing up for herself and, you know, making the appropriate play to choose herself. Because, you know what I'm saying, you don't want to be in no, we want to see our goddesses win and thrive, right? And these goofy ass niggas out here that's doing harm to the goddesses need to be, man, y'all lucky I'm on YouTube. Don't worry, tomorrow. Hey, see, I'm trying to cater my words because these YouTube streaks be kind of funny. Tomorrow on Wise Wednesday in the Patreon, when I'm demonstrating the sexual technique of transmuting your energy up, don't worry, I'm going all the way in, baby. Trust and believe. Them words is not going to be stopped. But understand to the core, right? We got to protect our goddesses at all costs. And I'm so proud of her that she stood up for herself and made the jump and made the leap to, you know, choose herself, choose her children, right? And choose, you know, a new path, a new walk, right? Because it can be hard when your relationship is public and you're in this kind of eye and you're trying to portray this certain thing. And she said, you know what? Let me make the appropriate play to choose love. Check this video out. She just said, Aja says she ultimately chose to walk away for her safety, peace, and children, adding that she doesn't want what she experienced to define her. She also reveals that her journey inspired House of Divine, which she says was created to provide other women with courage, information, and resources. Fire, fire, fire. Now let's play the video. Let's get to the video that she's on. Check it out.
I've tried everything. Yada. Everything. I'm here getting the rest of my stuff.
Y'all see her eye? What kind of, oh my God, what kind of goofy ass, just, that's what I'm saying. See, that's crazy though. These people here don't have no,
I'm embarrassed. I'm ashamed. I'm hurt.
you don't got nothing to be ashamed of, goddess. You made the right choice. See, this life, this thing we call the human, be hard. And sometimes, you know what I'm saying, when you're in these relationships, you're trying to make it work. And, you know what I'm saying, you're just trying to figure out, like, is this for me? Because that ego versus spirit do be confusing at times. But you got to go with that first voice. It's instant and direct. She probably heard it a millions of times, but the ego comes fast too. So she probably heard, nah, I got to get away from this nigga. But then the ego's right behind. But no, I got my children with him. I got this, I got that, da, 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 right? Spirit is instant and direct. Get away from this nigga. Spirit don't have, and then you can even listen to spirit 2, 3 in the morning, right? That's when it comes through. Yesterday, spirit gave me a movie to watch. It was called The Chase. I never heard about it, never seen it before, ever. So I Googled it. It's with who the hell is this movie with? I'm supposed to watch it, so I'm gonna watch it. It just instantly came.
You just said it was with Charlie Sheen.
Charlie Sheen and another and a goddess. And the funny thing is, fire, nigga, look. The chase is with, so they're on this high-speed chase and it's supposed to be a comedy. That's fire. See how spirit come through? And they're running away from the cops. It's almost on some Bonnie and Clyde thing. I just seen the trailer. But it's supposed to be funny satire type of thing. The Chase. So I'm gonna watch that maybe later on today to see what spirit was communicating to me, because I was like, what the hell is the chase? You feel me? Like, wait, what is that? Okay. So.
But I know I'll make it through. I've tried everything. Yada. Everything. I'm here getting the rest of my stuff.
Shout out to the goddess, man. Shout out to the goddess. Text messaging confirming the alleged DV. I didn't even see this. Just for your information, I have to find a way to get my mouth fixed fast. Oh, God. That night you hit me, broke off the rest of my tooth, and I've been having severe pain since. If it's infected, it will cause my breast milk to become infected. Go to Dr. Dave. That's the best bet at the best price. Oh my God, you're supposed to be there with me. You're supposed to always be my safe place. I hate that you did this to our family. Have a good day, Yada. Wow. See, the crime, and hopefully this nigga get what he deserves. Hopefully he gets to go to jail and they smash his goofy ass up, boy. God damn. I hope they get him real good too. Oh my God. Don't worry, we're gonna get to the spiritual
I
elements
mean,
of the thing.
to
Go ahead,
be in
man.
a relationship with him for 8 years, and to have multiple children.
Oh, I think you cut off, babe. I think you cut off. Yeah, somebody tell me how many children he has, because I don't even know. Let me see what y'all comments are saying. And that's the reason a lot of people stay, because of the embarrassment. Absolutely curbs. There's an energy there that, you know what I'm saying, you want to save face. But the real truth and the real power is that when you're able to choose yourself, the embarrassment doesn't even matter. Because what is embarrassment? That's just in the minds of other people. Really, she did a courageous thing, a powerful thing. And, I get it. She was probably feeling insecure about the whole situation, just based off of this dude forward facing as a spiritual teacher or whatever the fuck he used to think he was. And, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes we just got to look at these people and just really understand.
And if you were to never speak to Yada again, ever again, what would you tell him? What would be your last message?
That part's gonna make me cry. But I try everything, and in my heart, I love you. You will always be my best friend. But I have to choose myself, and I have to protect our babies. And I would much rather them have both parents alive than to one be in a hospital with something terminal, or one of us not to be here. So I'm praying for you, though.
See, when we're on our journey, especially our spiritual healing journey, essentially what happens is we have to be able to discern that, you know what I'm saying, maybe we are trauma bonding with people. And if they're not necessarily doing the spiritual work to elevate themselves, then you got to look at them and be honest, right? Every time I seen this Yada nigga, he just had this particular demeanor or this kind of character energy, right? It doesn't feel genuine. It feels like, yeah, like that's goofy ass smile that he do. Yeah, man. It doesn't feel like it's truly about helping others, right? It's about like, look at me. The same shit Polite had, the same shit these Rashad Jamal niggas had, Nature Boy, all of these goofy ass niggas, right? It's like, yeah, look at me. Da, da, da. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm shining on them boys. See, look at this goofy ass nigga Yada, or whatever his name is, right? And then look at what's my man's name? The dude. Damn, see, I can't even think of his name.
Who are
See,
you
that's
talking about? Somebody that's health conscious?
yeah, what's the health dude
Bobby
name?
Price?
No, the other one.
Yaki.
Yaki. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
see, Yada. Yeah, just look. Just really look and examine. Just even feel out there. You don't see Yaki being like, yeah, man,
Nixon.
it's about me, nigga. Yeah, nigga, this Yada dude, they trying to teach the same thing, whatever, right? The health thing. But you can tell Yaki is like, hey, look, this how you da. This nigga like, yeah, hey, I told you 2 wives.
Well, he was also leading with the bag as well. And that's a major thing when it comes down to domestic violence relationships or relationships that just lack balance. A lot of times there's a money thing at play, there's a security thing at play, where men use that
Mhm.
um, to control the women, or the women feel like they can't move around, they can't do what they need to do, they can't be who they need to be because they don't have that financial security. So while
Mhm.
he's all online talking about a real man is gonna pay for his woman, da 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 da, yeah, that sounds all good and well, but you're not telling us the other side of that. You beating her ass at the same time, right? You're not letting
Exactly.
us know that part. You flexing about how much you spend for her, spend on her, but she is not physically, emotionally, or spiritually safe with you. So the money that you're providing doesn't matter at all. It makes everything that he's ever talked about when it comes down to taking care of a woman null and void.
Facts. Facts. Because again, see, and there's something with this like sexual deviancy, this sexual energy, right? We know that sexual energy is power. It's Kundalini power, right? The question is never whether if you have the energy is where are you transmuting it? How are you using the energy? You feel me? So a lot of these dudes, they be in their ego and their lust-based vibration, their lower expression of self, right? Which is enviness, possession, jealousy, controlling people, um, just destructive energy, right? The higher expression of that is love, right? Where you are aware, conscious, disciplined, heart centered, creative, right? So they put it in all the mythologies. They telling you your energy needs to be here and it needs to be working up, right? Because again, you start to stimulate a fear-based vibration when your energy is in the lower intestinal tracts, your lower chakras. Because now you're always worried, paranoid. Where's she going? What's she done? A goopy ass. Who she's with? Who you talking to? Um, no, you can't go. You know, that controlling shit. Like, I got the money, so you got to stay here with me. You know what I'm saying? Whatever that shit is, like that shit lame and it's whack. And the only reason why we're exposing this goofy ass nigga, one, because we gotta protect the goddesses, but two, this nigga's cosplaying the whole time as something that he's not. Message. I want to play this video on sexual energy just so we can get deeper into the fold of how powerful it is if you actually transmute it upwards to your God mind. Tomorrow, again, we're going to do the Wise Wednesday, where we show you different techniques, whether you're single or in a relationship. Single or in a relationship, tomorrow, we're going to show you different techniques to transmute your sexual energy upwards so you can actually start moving with power instead of moving with fear. Check this video out.
Wants to be creative. Instead of wasting this beautiful life force energy, you're feeling horny, that means something wants to be creative. Instead of wasting this beautiful life force energy, channel it into something. Woman, something wants to be birthed through you. So use that energy, put that intention, what you want to create, into your womb and visualize it. Bring it up into your heart, and then use the heart coherence to expand it out into your auric field, your biofield, and then visualize it using your mind, and then allow that energy to keep expanding. That is how you birth ideas. From then, stop wasting your lustful sexual energy on temporary pleasure, because that is only going to drain your life force energy. When you can finally use that sexual energy that you feel every time you feel horny and allow that to transmute into creation energy, pour it into your purpose, watch what happens. Or if you're in a beautiful loving partnership and you want to co-create, both come in with an intention of something you want to manifest. Through that beautiful intimacy and through your peak experience, that is when you use the O method, and the most powerful manifestation method, I'll tell you, is how we manifest our dreams. If you have a really high sex drive, it basically means you have so much life force energy that is waiting to be created with. Often healers have very, very high sexual energy because we are here to create, we're here to birth things through the divine into the physical reality. And that's really important, being very, very careful with your sexual energy and not allowing it to be leaky, because when it becomes leaky, that's where we lose our power. So let this be a reminder that your powerful sexual energy is here to create, to birth ideas, to birth life, build everything that you want in your life. To learn more, you can join my self-activation course, which is just simple techniques teaching you how to activate your Kundalini. You can become a Shakti activation facilitator. I teach you everything you need to know about facilitating this energy.
All right. Shout out to the goddess. Shout out to the goddess. She explained it thoroughly and clearly. Now, show y'all some books so y'all won't think that a nigga is lying. You know, I like to do evidence. Kundalini, Agora 2. Kundalini, Agora 2. See, the problem is y'all don't want to do this shit. I'm just telling you what it is. That's the problem. I was there. I was in the lustful, addictive state nature, right? I'm not perfect either. I still have lustful thoughts and energy, but if I'm a spiritual person, if I'm saying I'm spiritual, right, that means I'm about my spiritual worker energy. That means I'm able to understand I have to discipline myself in different facets of my life in order to move more divinely, move into a more enlightened state, move more positively, have joy in my heart, love in my heart, feeling good. See, that nigga Yada, he doesn't feel good about himself. So as above, so below, as within, so without. So then he takes it out in a destructive manner. When you're feeling love in your heart, you don't have no space to do that. You don't have no energy, no credence to do that, because essentially you're just about, you know, showing love because you're love. You're ultimately love. Again, I'm just giving you all the references. Kundalini, Agora 2. Very good book on Kundalini energy and transforming it upwards. Shiva, the wild god of power and ecstasy. So remember, Shiva was going through his lustful stages, right, in life. And essentially what happened with Shiva is he, you know, he's in the forest, and through this forest, Shiva ends up doing his lustful thing. The forest just represents earth, or the aspects of being in the wild, right? The animal instincts. Shiva doing his thing, you feel me? Wine, sex, just completely just using his seed over and over and over again. Brahma challenged him. Brahma said, nigga, you can't even discipline yourself to just find one, to get to the one. She was like, nigga, I don't need none of it. I can do it. Brahma was like, nah, nigga, your ass studying. You can't do that shit. Brahma, the creator god. She was like, man, watch this. So Brahma sent them back through the forest. And this time the titties and ass was even more exaggerated. It was coming harder. They coming at him now. He don't even have to try to shoot. They coming to him. He had to bat him away through that animalistic forest. It's all symbolic, metaphysical. Boom, he gets through the forest, finally breaks through. Ass, titties, all of that. He still has an upward climb to make, which is the mountain, which is your spiritual walk to the mountain, the pyramid, the mountain, right? The triangle. Getting to the mountain to get to that Shakti energy to become enlightened.
Message.
So that's you. Shiva, the wild gods of power and ecstasy. Ecstasy is love. When we was taking all them X pills back in the day, we were falling into the lust space. So now we were feeling love, right? It was a thing that was turning us on, right? But we didn't know how to utilize the energy. So we was just like, I gotta bust this nut now. I gotta, you feel me? So I'm just keeping it real. That's what it was. This book, Shiva and Dionysus, same archetypical energy, gods of love and ecstasy, right? Alan Daniel, gods of love and ecstasy. Ecstasy through Tantra. Don't be afraid of the books, baby. I'm just telling you what it is. Basically, just replace the word ecstasy with love. That's what this thing is. It's about transmuting your energy from your sexual urges from a destructive nature. Not saying it's wrong to be in a lustful state, saying sometimes you can channel fear-based vibrations, possession, enviness, all the lower map of consciousness energies, right? Love through Tantra. Love through Tantra. Very good book, Dr. John Mumford. Gotta get it.
I'm glad you are bringing all of those books up because they're really explaining the energy that obviously Yada did not transmute and do the work on.
A nigga was a goofy. I'm telling you, I hate goofy ass nigga. I'll be all right.
No, so because when a man behaves that way and is abusive, and basically what it means is that he's insecure, right? He's living in a
There
state
you
of
go.
fear. He's
Mm-hmm.
afraid. He's like a scared little boy, right? And so he wasn't able to transmute his energy, transmute those fears, raise his energy from his lower region, right? So what you are teaching will absolutely help with that because when we're talking about abuse, we're talking about primal survival energy.
Facts.
That's what we're talking about. We're talking about trying to whip someone into shape, trying to make them be who and what you need them to be in order for you to feel safe, in order for you to feel secure, in order for you to feel stable in your mind and in your being, right?
Yeah.
And so this energy is so important because at the end of the day, in your relationships, you're going to have arguments. You're going to have disagreements. You're going to be triggered. You are going to activate the lower side or the shadow side or the wounded child will be activated in your relationship. That's a part of the process. But when you don't have the skills to observe and come out of that, this is where you get into relationships that are abusive like this, whether it's emotionally or physically.
I'm embarrassed.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And so it's funny because as we're having this conversation, one of my best friends just sent us a text message and she said, remember when I was just talking to y'all about her? So Taylor, babe, just literally sent us a text message in our group saying, remember when I was just talking to y'all about her? She literally just sent this same link of the things that you're going through.
Mm.
Taylor and Asia, or Aja, however she says her name, Taylor and her went to the same midwife.
Oh wow, that's fire.
Right. So Taylor said just a few weeks ago, she saw her in the midwife's office, and Taylor said that she could just feel that something was off.
Mm.
Right? Like she's there and she's talking all calmly, like hi and peace and all of that. But there was this disassociation present. There was this weirdness there. Right. So it's a very deep thing. And sometimes people are in relationships, obviously, because there's something to heal on both sides.
No, that's a fact, baby, and that's fire. Like, see, sex is and we're gonna go over a lot of this tomorrow in Dreams and Desires. Me and DRA. Sex can bind to people without healing them. So you
Ooh,
can
that's a bar. Ooh, wow.
Right, you could be in a lustful relationship but you're not getting no real healing into your system, right? You might have strong sexual chemistry and all this other stuff, but people mistake that strong sexual chemistry with, transformational energy, with healing energy. When you see, that's that whole thing with the argue, and then have sex. That's that shit, right? And you can mistake that as, oh, okay, he loves me. He just beat your ass, and then he's, girl, I love you, man. Don't you ever make me do that again. And then y'all have sex, and you can completely trick your mind into believing that was love. But it wasn't. It was hate. It was enviness. It was jealousy.
Sorry for you.
So we got to understand what love making is and what sex is. And that's what DRA and I are going to do in Dreams and Desires tomorrow. Love making versus animalistic sex. What's the difference between the two? Let me finish showing y'all these books. This book right here, Fire. The Secret Science of Black Male and Female Sex. We read this in the Patreon, and it was absolutely fire. Gems. Black brother, you feel me? I think he studied under Bobby Hemmett, TC Carrier. If you see this TC, don't think I'm hating on you, nigga. That sounds like a lot of Bobby stuff. The Encyclopedia of Sacred Sexuality. This is it. This is the one. Hello. All ancient texts about sex, sexual energy. I can't make it up. See, because the religious motif and the goddamn church tripped you up into believing that your sexual expression supposed to be shielded. Like, no, don't think about sex. And whatever, thou shalt not, what was it? Thou shalt not fornicate and all that other stuff. You start tripping your mind up and not understanding that energy is the most important energy you have. It's lit. Like, think about this. You're literally bringing from somebody from the spirit world with astral energy on your seamen. They're going out to sea to get these men. So you're talking about a spiritual light called astral light that's bringing forth life down here. Why the fuck would you think you can't transmute it to bring forth and manifest your life?
Message.
The challenge is when you are so intimately connected with someone through sex, you start to blend your light and your desires. Your desires become each other's desires, right? It has been scientifically proven that a woman's body becomes acclimated to her husband's or to her man's semen. And if she is intimate with someone else and that other person's semen enters her body will reject it.
Yep.
Her body will be like, wait, hold on, that's not daddy, right? Or hold on, that's not husband, or that's not that man that you've been with for 8 years, right? So sex is such a powerful thing to understand because, especially for women, we start to be changed and programmed by the man's semen, by the man's light. And it takes really getting grounded, being reconnected to yourself for you to be able to recognize what is mine, what is me, and what is him, what is his. What am I picking up on that doesn't belong to me? And so when I look at Yada and his queen, a lot of her rhetoric in the times that she's made videos and talked and did these things, a lot of it was her speaking from his perspective or his light or reiterating his message. right? So that's why women, you got to be careful with who you are intimate with, because you will not only carry his babies, but you carry his thoughts, his emotions, and his traumas. And so you really got to assess this person and be like, can I carry, do I have the capacity to hold what he is giving? And men, this should make you be more intentional with how you yield your sword, right?
Mhm.
Because you got to understand, you are giving off energy, whether it is biological energy that can create a child or spiritual energy, thoughts and emotions. You're still coming off of something.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Here goes another book. Our Secrets of Love. Cultivating Male Sexual Energy, Montauk Chia. The book DRA was just explaining was Jewel Poquin's book. Um, what's the name of that book? Straight from the Heart. Can't find it up here, but Straight from the Heart. Um, hey, knowledge is power. Reading is fun to mental. The thing about reading that it does to you is it activates astral thought, what you call imagination. When your imagination is activated, your pineal gland becomes more activated. When your pineal gland becomes more activated, you're synced into a higher state of thinking, a higher way of thinking. There's a good book called this book, Sync, just so y'all can understand that we're not talking about stuff we don't know. We're actually telling you what time it is. You are in sync with a divine intelligence you call your higher self. You are in control though. So you're telling your higher self, which is the genie, what to do. The way you manipulate or change or attract your reality is by syncing up to the frequency of that reality. So if you want to have fun in your reality, if you want to have love in your reality, if you want to be in a joyous space in your reality, then you must sync yourself to that reality. And essentially what happens is, what I believe is happening is that a lot of people just want to stay the same. They claiming they want to be more spiritual, but they're afraid of the work. They're afraid of the disciplined actions that it's going to take to become this new version of themselves. They're afraid
Well,
of the challenge. They're afraid of the hero's journey. They're afraid to overcome, to climb that mountain. Go ahead, babe.
so like what you're saying is very true. And a lot of times people only want to do the work when there's problems in their lives.
Mm,
So when you look at a person like Yada, who has been able to build a social media brand, who has created like health conscious products or whatever, and has been able to have a certain amount of financial gain, had a woman, children, he's like, what work do I need to do? I got everything that I want. I got the woman, I got the money, I got the legacy. What work do I need to do? And so it's very important on your journey as you are expanding in whatever ways on this physical plane to always understand that no amount of money, no relationship can save you from yourself,
mm.
right? So the inner work never stops. That's why we gotta admire, some of the people who have been famous or had all the money and still decided to explore spirituality, right? Like uh Jim Carrey or something like that, or Terrence Howard or something like that. All of these different people. Not saying that
Right.
they're perfect because I don't know fully, but when you have so many human physical earthly things, worldly things, you forget about the spirit, right? And so a lot of times, like I said, people be so deep into their work because they got issues, they got problems going on. They're trying to figure out, how do I get out of this situation? But spiritual work and spiritual development doesn't stop, right? It's a continuous process.
The money is an illusion, family. I'm just here to tell you, the money is not real. See, y'all are confusing people that's making money because they're grifting people in a way of selling them hope. But that untransmuted energy that they're spewing to you over and over and over again is just a reflection of the world. So they're speaking to the low vibrational people. It's just like what I was talking about yesterday with them conspiracy theory niggas. It's the same thing. Like, they're getting to the bag because the world is giving them money because because they believe in the fear. That's what I'm saying. Remember, money is a root chakra thing, an earthly thing. Cool. That doesn't mean you can't be spiritual and not have money. What I'm saying is these people are getting money based off of their stimulating and reflecting to other people that are low vibrational. See, energy doesn't have no good or bad, right or wrong. It's just speaking to the things that other people are attracted to. Think about the rappers and shit. They speaking this hood shit. The fans and the people love it. They pay them in money, or they pay attention, which then equates to money, because paying attention and money is the same thing. So we gotta, move off of that money thing. Just because this nigga got money doesn't mean he's, man. Some of these spiritual, just because they have money doesn't mean they spiritual at all. That shit is a joke. One of the biggest cosmic jokes ever. Let me see what y'all talking about.
I never saw the guy as spiritual. I never not once thought that he was a spiritual guy.
I never thought he was either. Shit.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, I think people have used the word spiritual so much, we don't even know what spiritual is. Not even something that can, like, I don't even know. Like,
man,
I don't even know.
See, I don't be even wanting to judge and shit. But goddamn, a lot of these niggas ain't spiritual. Goddamn. I'm just telling you what. We just got to be real. Sometimes we just got to understand.
But what is spiritual? We did a whole topic on consciousness versus spiritual versus
right.
Whatever. You
see,
man, I don't even know.
People equate spirituality with religion, right? Which is putting them in a box, which is putting them in a system. Spirituality is the expression of you doing your inner work. The end. Now, you can learn stuff from people to understand how to do inner work, but ultimately, you got to be the scientist, the investigator, the Sherlock Holmes of your own energy. So, for instance, I can do sun gazing, right? Like I did this rising, and I can have an experience through sun gazing. Somebody else can do sun gazing and they might not have an experience. Cool. You have to keep on doing different things in order to figure out your own spiritual system, which is you figuring out how to feel more love in your heart. Even what we're talking about today. Right?
So look, I want to challenge
transmutation, right? I can do sexual transmutation and I can move into a space of more loving, positive, peaceful energy. Another person can try sexual transmutation and they still have to do the particular work to get that energy up to the heart chakra, because again, it's just spiraling into the lower three chakras, which is still the enviness, the jealousy, the rage, the fear-based vibrations. You feel me? So I think a lot of times we're trying to equate spirituality with some kind of religious dogma system, or even the conspiracy theory niggas. Okay, let me stop.
But let's challenge the thoughts right now, and I definitely want engagement from y'all in the comments because it's interesting, right? Because you're talking about religion, and in religion there are some religious practices that agree with abusing your woman, right?
Oh
Or
shit.
that being a gosh, and that being like a normal thing, right? I've heard multiple stories of people like a part of the Nation of Islam and things like that where domestic violence had been normalized in a sense.
I ain't never.
We
I don't
also
know.
no, I'm just being real, being
Okay.
real. Even when we think about religion and how religion really spoke to slavery, for example,
Mm.
and training your wife. These are things that are in the Bible, right? So, and then when we think about morality, we were talking about this in the Sacred Sister Circle. Morality, good, bad, right, and wrong. We have been having these conversations, right?
The
Uh,
religion
but
of.
but hold on. Let's go even deeper. So we're saying it's wrong for him to be abusing, hitting his wife, but most of us in these comments, right, and myself included,
Mhm.
have either given our child a whooping or received a whooping from our parents. So I just want to, challenge the conversation and just get perspective here,
Yeah.
right? Because we say it's okay to whoop your child. And I'm not saying that it is okay, right or wrong, good or bad. I'm just trying to spark more conversation when it comes to this energy. Like I said, we were just talking about morality last night in the Sacred Sister Circle. And if it's really a thing, like where do you draw the line between what is good and bad, what is right or wrong, et cetera, et cetera. When I'm hearing this conversation, it challenges me to say, well, damn, Desiree, do you still want to whoop your kids whenever they misbehaving?
I think
Right?
the idea is this. This is the idea, and this is what it really boils down to. Emotions.
Mm.
Emotions. So you have to be able to remove yourself from the emotional stir up of, well, like when I give my children a whooping, right? I'm not emotional. You see me. Like I'm like, all right, hey, come on, Carl, we gotta do this. Come on, KJ, hey. Because if you repeat something 2, 3, 4 times, now all of a sudden they have to learn in a different way, right? That could put them in a more perspective or a more fast move pace. Even when we get off of the whooping, I give them a hug, say, see, look, hey, we're gonna move in, you know what I mean? So it's different. I'm not physically emotional. I just know that if I don't do it, the cops is gonna do it. Cool.
Mm.
This nigga Yada is physically, right? Because again, we understand that the goddess is chaos, right? And then even if she's postpartum, that makes the situation even worse. So now all of a sudden, and she said this been happening for years and years and years. So just because you giving a person a paycheck doesn't mean you got the right to put your hands on them. You feel me? So what I'm seeing is he's emotionally, right? Especially when we're talking about adults, you're emotionally doing, a, a behavior that doesn't translate through love. Like how you feel me? See, when me and my brother used to get in fights, it was based off of we were emotional and we were getting into an emotional fight because we were both the same age or whatever, and we're still in that space, right? Cool. Same thing with any fight. So naturally, what we got to understand is when you are coming together as one, it don't matter how much energy you're giving them in the form of this fiat dollar, you still saying like, yeah, we are one, we're a union. So basically Yada is hitting himself.
He definitely is hitting himself, and I bet he hitting himself even more right now that she's, put it out there publicly. And I hope that people, I don't even know what the guy offers or sells or how he actually makes his money, but I hope that people respond accordingly, because the girl got bruises on her face. But I think it really brings into perspective this idea of morality. Like Vash said, moral code changes based off of where we are, the era we're in, where you're born, et cetera, et cetera. There are other places where something is cool. You can do that. Other places you can't. You know what I mean? So
Everything is based off of environment, but you came here to learn through your environment that you were born into, right? That's just your spiritual zip code. So like the environment, right, that we were born in through the hood, like I was telling you the other day, I said our kids is growing up in the space of, they're comfortable. They don't have to look behind their shoulders and look behind their back and stuff like that, right? So all the kids that go to my son and my daughter's school, they're kind of nerdy, kind of goofy, anime, real silly, right? Just kids, like a childlike spirit. When I used to teach in the hood, them Title I schools, I used to teach in the hood in this particular school, right? Kids were more with it, alert. And you're talking about from goddamn first grade to fifth. Eyes sharp, they up, they with it, they'll try to con you quick. You feel me? So when you grow up in these particular areas, right, it does create a certain energy inside of you, but that energy inside of you is something that you have to learn in order to grow into new. So like, for instance, Kai, Sanat, and Speed, these are more of like our children, the fun-loving, carefree kind of vibration children, right? Sometimes these kids do go astray because they're getting manipulated by the false light narrative on the TV with the hood stuff, the Bloods, the gangs, the Crips, and they're like, damn, I want to go through that rites of passage. But essentially, you got to claim whatever environment you were put into and then understand how to break free of that energy, right? It's a hard thing, and it's a challenge to move into, especially if you don't have no OGs or nobody that's actually explaining what's going on. So like, for instance, my whole 16 to goddamn 28, just abuse on myself, right? Because again, I used to get in fights when I was younger, used to always get sent to SAC, ISS, suspended, whatever, right? Just based off of the teachers didn't understand us children and we needed them to understand us, you feel me, for what we were, right? Which was, you know what I'm saying, animals in a sense. So naturally, as I was able to start to grow into consciousness and start to learn about myself and know about myself, I started to say, oh, wait a minute. That raw, untapped energy that I was feeling, that I was having, I was supposed to use that for a greater power, for a powerful me, for something to create and express down here. Because this whole world is about expression. Instead of using it to, let me get at this man, right? Let me fuck this person up. Or suppressing it with drugs and alcohol, which I did. Because, you don't want to get in so many damn fights. So naturally, you just suppress the energy. And now in your suppression, you always fucked up, always high, and don't really know yourself. Just wandering around the world, scared and confused. But you're going to make it because you high. So once I learned that, okay, I get it. This raw energy that I'm feeling inside of me is something that I have to transmute. Then I started taking myself or holding myself accountable to discipline my energy, right? Instead of utilizing it for something that doesn't serve me.
So how did you recognize what's actually serving you and what's not?
Shit, when I became more happy,
Mm.
when I became more joyous, what? Nigga, I used to be depressed, suicidal. You feel me? Like, what is love? Like, you used to have sex with females and just be like, all right, what was the point? You feel me? Like, mine was just gone.
Well, at
Feel
some
me?
point in time in your life, that was making you happy, right? That's the thing. Or giving you this false sense of happiness or this false sense of contentment.
It was
And so
it was an illusion because, again, you know, like, you just doing what you see other people do and you thinking that's real. I used to be in the club looking like, nigga, I wish a nigga would. You feel me? That's not a good energy to have, right? Why am I in this club worrying about other niggas? You want to be able to be in a space where everybody's in a loving space and everybody's about, you know, power and essence, pure essence. Not like, hey, I'll fuck this nigga up if I wish this nigga would look at me. What? That's just hostile energy. That's fear-based vibration. You in a retreat-based place. That's why I say,
or survival mode place.
right. That's why I'm saying all the conspiracy theory people, all of them, out of there, nigga.
Mm.
I'm just telling you what it is, and I'm just being 100%. Why are you defending yourself on your earth? This is your world. How are you defending yourself against somebody else? Y'all niggas so afraid to be you that you see, especially when you call yourself spiritual. Okay, you're gonna transition. Wait, they're gonna make us transition. That's the goddamn ultimate goal. What are we even talking about here? So that's what I say. A lot of people got to do more lucid dreaming work, more astral traveling work, and understand that you saying, oh, wait, we got to protect ourselves against Donald Trump and Bill Gates and all of them. That shit will fuck you up so much because, again, you're not able to actually express your true self, which is love. So now you're just running your world in a fear-based vibration. Well, let me protect myself, right? Instead of just walking through the world like, you know what? Shit, nothing ain't gonna happen to me, nigga. I'm about to turn this shit up. Straight up and down. Yes, sir, family. Yes, sir, man. Hey, tomorrow, Wise Wednesday, we're gonna show you how to transmute this energy upwards. We got about 5 different techniques that we're gonna show. DRA and I are gonna show, and then also dreams and desires tomorrow. DRA and I are gonna dive deeper into the fold of sex versus lovemaking. So I'll see y'all, family, soon. Y'all know what it is. Peace to the gods.